Today we have a truly inspiring guest who is redefining age limits and showcasing the power of perseverance. Meet Anup Debnath, a 51-year-old fitness enthusiast and ex-national level gymnast who recently set a Guinness World Record for being the oldest person to perform 20 continuous back handsprings over an impressive distance of 46 meters. Anup's astounding journey from Agartala to New Jersey is filled with determination, passion for fitness, and an unwavering belief that age is just a number. Join us as we dive into the incredible story and discover what fuels his drive to shatter records. So, welcome to ITV Gold, Anup. What a feat! Like, congratulations, first of all.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much for inviting me here.
Our
Thanks
pleasure.
again. Yeah,
How
you.
does it feel?
I think it's feel the same.
Yeah?
Nothing has
You
changed.
could do 20 before also and after also.
Yeah, it is just that I could do it, but I've never done 20. I think the highest was 19 that I tried probably 3 months back.
Ah.
And then, but I was confident that I'll be able to do 20 or maybe more. But yes, so that was the whole thing.
Brilliant.
Yeah, thank you.
So,
Take a look at this. Step back. Take a look at this. You can free your mind. You can free your mind.
can you tell us a bit about your background? What was your life like growing up in Tripura and Haryana?
Okay, so I was born in Tripura, Agartala. That was my where I was born, and then I was into gymnastics in 1983 till 1983 till 1985. So 85, I got selected for this Sports Authority of India. At that time, that was called SAI, and they introduced this scholarship system where they want to take all the young prodigy who are into gymnastics or any field of like sports, and give them the best of the environment so that they can produce Olympians or Asians or whatever. So that was the thought at that point of time. And so I got selected, and then I moved to Haryana.
Hold on a minute. So, I really want to know about your childhood, your siblings.
Okay.
What was the environment like? How did your parents react to you always, going for the somersaults, and maybe you were a good student, maybe not. So I want to know more about that part.
Yeah, I was definitely a hyperactive kid. Okay, I could never stand still. I think I started running before I could walk, so that was the case. And somehow my dad recognized that he's got something that
Some
needed
springs,
to do.
you were born
Yes,
with.
so I
under
could
your
do
feet.
the front roll, back roll, cartwheels, and all these things before even knew what gymnastics is all about. There was somebody who used to go to the gymnasium at that point of time, and he was my elder brother's friend, and so he started telling me, you have that potential also. So he trained me a little bit, but as a family, we had a huge joint family. We are probably 15, 16 of us, our cousins,
Wow.
and everybody was there in our house. And we were 6 siblings, 3 brothers, 3 sisters. So I am the second last from all of us. So yeah, and the environment was always like happy-go-lucky, the earlier days when family would come and visit you, and they would stay for a month or so, and everybody is having a good time.
So
I
when, parents would be like, want to show off their kids, they will be like, chalo ABC sunao, chalo koi gana sunao, ye dialogue sunao. Would they ask you to jump around?
Yeah, funnily enough, I would do it on my own. Nobody had to tell me. I would showcase whatever I have learned or whatever before even I joined gymnastics. And once I was there, but surprisingly, they have not seen me doing gymnastics.
Oh.
I remember the first time, I think it was 83 when there was a championship happened, that was state championship. and I just joined gymnastics, and I was declared the best gymnast in that age group.
Wow.
And I was studying in a school which was a very local school, and I went there, and first time I had seen medals. So there was one gold medal that I had won and one silver medal. And I went to the principal, I told her, I have won this medal. And immediately during that assembly thing that happens in the morning, everybody stood up and she made the announcement, and she was so happy.
Wow.
She declared a holiday
Oh my
for the
God.
school. So it was amazing feeling. My parents were definitely proud. They didn't realize the importance of it, and the evening, the newspapers and the radio
Wow.
stations, they made
So
an
you were a
announcement.
child
So
prodigy.
I don't know, but I think being naughty, and he was very far-sighted from that aspect, like despite of 6 kids, handling such a huge family, but he could realize that he should utilize my thing, because I could climb trees and everything.
Yeah, I was about to ask, kaisa like pahad chadna, like Tarzan and going from
Yes, I
tree to
was
another.
always on, we used to have that tin roof. So I used to be standing on top of, literally on the edge, and standing, balancing, walking.
Wow.
And there was a guava tree, I remember, and I used to be literally for hours I was on that tree.
Wow.
Because I always like fruit, so I
Did
was
you
on-
make friends with monkeys?
Unfortunately,
tin roof
unfortunately
pe-
there were none. So
really?
probably I am the one who was displaying.
Okay.
Yeah.
How interesting is that? And talk about Haryana then. How did you move to Haryana, and how did your life change? And Sports Authority of India, that was offered to you in Tripura, I guess.
Yes, so it was not only Tripura, it was a scheme which was introduced from national level altogether. So because I was consecutively 3 times champion in the state, and so I was selected for this, and I represent Tripura for that thing, and I got selected in a national level. I think that time from gymnastics, I don't remember exact numbers, but I think we were total of 10 or 11 of us who got selected.
Wow.
And from Tripura, I was the only one gymnast that got selected. So then initially they didn't know what to do, because the infrastructure in Northeast was not that great. I mean, we had the best of the coaches in Tripura. I mean, we used to actually practice sometime on the floor, like without any mattresses or anything, and we could trust them so much, because they would give their life to save us from whatever injuries or anything of that sort. So the best of the coaches that I have ever experienced. And then the thought was that there was one school in Manipur, Imphal, where they were thinking of sending me, but thankfully they've decided no. There's one school in Sports School Rai called Haryana, in Haryana. This is called Motilal Nehru School of Sports Rai. So in 1982, when the Asian Games happened, this was something they've created just in case anything happened, they could organize some of the sports event over there. So they actually had the best of the facilities for gymnastics, and they produced a lot of gymnasts, very, very good national, international level at that point of time. So that was the time I moved in 1986. I remember I was a kid. So this is how the whole journey started for Haryana. Yeah.
So were you there with your parents, or were you just sent to the boarding?
So I was sent to the boarding. So it was absolute shocker for me.
Yeah.
The culture, the food, language, I could speak only Bengali. That is also, we have a dialect rather than like proper Bengali. And
अब आप हरियाणवी बोल लेते हो?
हाँ, बहुत अच्छे से, मतलब at one point of time I was so fluent, but then I moved to Chandigarh, so the culture is
Punjabi
changed, then
भी आ गई
Punjabi और फिर English, Punjabi सब खिचड़ी, मतलब मैं अपने
So
आप को
this was all because of your gymnastics, and you were pursuing it like so well and passionately. And then did you ever participate in, say, Commonwealth Games or any other sports competition?
So as I got selected for gymnastics, so that was the only criteria I could be there. So gymnastics was my main thing, and once in a while, as a kid, we always played football, cricket, or whatever is there. But yes, I represented state level many times, nationals I played, trampoline and tumbling I was champion twice, national level, and got selected for world championship in 1996-97 to represent India, and that time it was the world championship was happening in Calgary, Canada. Unfortunately, in India, the saddest part of the whole thing is there's a lot of politics amongst the organization. So Gymnastic Federation was not recognizing the Trampoline Federation of India or whatever. But that effect came onto us. So we were not granted visa by the Canadian consulate at that point of time, and I was devastated. And I thought, we actually pursue whatever sports we do because we want to represent that, that whichever country, like India, name on our, and then I left gymnastics. After that, I have never looked back. 97 was the last time I went to.
आपका दिल टूट गया and then you.
मतलब काफी मुझे लगा कि यार it's not worth it. And
off the topic, what did you feel about Vinesh Phogat's Olympic loss of medal?
You know what? मैं कुछ भी follow नहीं करता उसके बाद से.
Okay.
And I know there must be a lot of controversies. People have come up with a lot of different kind of things. I don't know. And if there was anything, I have no clue, to be very honest with you. I mean, honestly speaking, yeah.
So from gymnastics to setting up the world record, how did that come about?
Okay, so gymnastics was a long story, right? 97 I left, and then there is no gymnastics. So I was in school, then I moved to Chandigarh, did my undergrad over there. Simultaneously, Sports Authority of India stopped funding for the further studies or my sports. So I got admission kind of in Stephens, Delhi.
Wow.
Because in class 12th I did pretty well in my studies as well. And but because I did not have the fund, and I was refusing to ask money from my parents. See, at the age, like from class 6 till all the way 12, they never had to pay anything. So I was like, they have already responsibility of 5 more children, so I would rather not ask.
आपने Stephens में admission जाने दिया?
जाने दिया because मुझे वहाँ पे चाहिए था. फिर मैं चंडीगढ़ चला गया. A dear friend of mine, I mean, I lived with them for a long time, and so Chandigarh DAV College, I was there, and I did my graduation from there. At the same time, I started. So funny thing, in Chandigarh also, when I joined, they said we don't have any gymnastics team. So there was one bodybuilding, competition happening, and they were recruiting thing, and they were giving that discounted rate admission to college and everything. I had good marks, so that was not the problem, but I wanted that I should get some subsidy from the college so that I can pursue my studies. So me and one of my friend, I said, you know what, let us go and stand over there and see. As a gymnast, you have a good physique. And when I stood there, that coach looked at me, he said, okay, you come here. So he told me to pose and do something. I did. He said, okay, you are selected. And then I took part one of the competitions over there, and I was placed second. And then that fellow was like, you know what, you have to stop gymnastics and start doing bodybuilding. I said, I can't do that. Because this is like I am so
it's
passionate.
Totally opposite, right?
Gymnastics
के लिए you need like a lean body. In bodybuilding के लिए you really have to eat.
Yeah, like you have to bulk up and whatever. But I didn't enjoy that process, so I left. Just at the same time, then I started working as a part-time. And I remember at that time there was that hotel is still there by I think. Chandigarh administration, by the name of Hotel Mount View. That was the only 3 or 4 star hotel, and they had a gymnasium over there with jacuzzi, steam and everything, and swimming pool. And I literally went there. I said, I'm looking for something, if you can give me. He said, okay. So he said 500 rupees. You have to come in the morning, you have to train, and you have to start taking aerobics classes. And I knew nothing about aerobics. But I was like, I'm not going to give up. When we were in school, so during our summer vacation, and we used to have our camps, that time from the Sports Authority of India, they used to invite Russian, acrobatics gymnasts or aerobics gymnasts. So we used to see the girls performing those. So somehow figured out, okay, few steps from here and there, warm up, started doing things. So yeah.
And
So
you were
that's
like in college at that time, and there were like aunties coming for aerobic classes.
हाँ जी बहुत मतलब सिर्फ एरोबिक्स भी नहीं, स्विमिंग भी सिखाया है, जिम्नास्टिक्स भी, मतलब एरोबिक्स भी सिखाया है, और फिर जिम में भी, मतलब जो भी 500 रुपया दो, ठीक है. और ये था कि यू कैन गो एंड ईट एट द होटल स्टाफ जहाँ पे खाते हैं. चलो मैं कहा चलो दैट इज गुड थिंग, एंड आई कैन सेव सम मनी. Yeah, so that's how it was.
How nice. So your life journey sounds so much like this film I recently saw, Chandu Champion. ये करते हैं, फिर वो करते हैं, चलो कोई बात नहीं, कुछ और कर लेते हैं. मगर ये सब करने के बाद भी आपने गिनेस वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड कायम किया. So talk about that. How did that happen?
Okay, so I was always into fitness, and I never left it. The thought was, and I always gave it as a priority. I feel मुझे लगता है कि उससे ज़्यादा कीमती चीज़ दुनिया में कुछ नहीं है. I would leave anything and everything just so that I can be fit. And when I say fit and healthy, that doesn't mean like the physical aspect of it. There's a lot of mental. I believe mind has to be free of all clutters.
Are you at that stage?
I don't know. I keep trying. I keep trying, and चीज़ें clear है, ऐसा नहीं है, and yeah, things are set. इतना clarity है कि भैया for fitness I'll do anything and everything.
Wow.
For the sake of peace of my mind. But the thing is, when I lie down, it takes me 3 seconds to go off to sleep.
Wow.
Okay, I can just sleep for 4 and 5 hours. I get up and I'm all set. But all this thing happened. I become part of an organization, which I just mentioned before we are talking. And I was like really surprised the way they are putting so much emphasis to build everyone to find what they want to be internally.
What is this organization called?
By the name of QI Group. And the founders are like true visionaries. So they founded that organization in 1998. And that time only they said, we will keep everything on e-commerce platforms. So imagine internet was not there, but things were on e-commerce platform for them. But more than that, their vision was like amazing, and the way their focus is to build people. And with that principle, they are started from one country to 150, 70 countries, wherever, like everywhere they are now. But the thing is, the focus is so much, and when I met somebody over there, so first thing they asked me, what's your dream? I was totally flummoxed. What do you mean by what's your dream? So he was like, what's your dream? I said, I don't know. So he was like, think about it. I said, I can't think of anything. And I've realized, what happened over the period of time? We always aspirations we used to think, बड़ा होके ये करेंगे, वो करेंगे, but then बीच में ना life happened.
Life happens, true.
And we are in that roller coaster, hamster wheel, running, don't know what we are doing, what we want to achieve.
True.
That realization came, okay. And this was the first organization who spoke about like dreams, and they said if you don't have the hunger for anything, you'll not be able to achieve much in life. If you are very comfortable, you will be comsi, you will be so. But if you really want to do something, your dreams should be way bigger than your problems.
Very true.
And I realized that was what happened from my childhood. Like, I had decided to be into gymnastics, and I was very dedicated to it. It was painful. It was one of the toughest sports to play. Injuries, you have to follow a regime and everything. You know, then once I passed out from school and college, typically a sportsman in India, okay, join a services because you want to earn money. But I chose a different path altogether. Aerobics was not known in 1995, 96,
Not at
94.
all.
No, very few people would know. But I've decided to take that path. So I had it in me. But this organization organized everything for me and gave me a clear focus that, you know, you should do something about it. Not very forcefully, but small hammering. And that helped me. So, in fact, last year I was at an event over there. We are in, so from this company only, and we were dancing. And two of my gymnastic friends also partner in this business. So they were like, you know what? Why don't you try a backflip, that back handspring? I said, dude, 27 years, I have not done it. They were like, come on, we'll give you help. So I was charged up. I said, okay, let me give it a shot. So I tried. And I was like, okay. You know, that muscle memory and everything, because I was pretty fit because I continued with whatever I was doing. And then after that, I went back to Tripura one time, and I have been to that gymnasium hall. They changed everything. That was last year. And once I was there, I said, you know what? I want to do this again. And I don't want anybody's help. Then I tried. I managed 5, 6 of them. Then I came back, US, Marlboro. We have a very nice, you know, American football field over there. So I said, what if I tried here? Because there was no mat, nothing. I tried, it happened. Literally 5, 6 months back, that thought came, you know what, now I can do like 10, 15, 16. I tried. I said, maybe I should check, can I make a Guinness World Record? And I was obviously 50 plus. I said, I don't think anybody is doing it. So I started looking. And that's how it started. And so we went back and forth. Then a business partner of ours, one company, because once I decided that I'll do it, I registered for the Guinness World Record website. Then you have to go through all the thing. Then I had to give something that should be, it's not been done. So I don't remember what I did. I said, okay, 51-year-old doing whatever amount of years. So they said, they rejected my application. Then we went back and forth. Finally, it was the oldest person to do whatever. So whatever, and this was like, I'm setting this record.
Right.
Okay, so there was nobody who's done before that.
Okay,
So I'm just,
okay.
I've set up this
तो
record.
आपका benchmark हो जाएगा.
Benchmark hai. हाँ जी,
Wow.
हाँ जी. So now, there are a lot of expenses for this also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so one of our company called MSQA, they helped me a lot with this financially also, because just to get your application expedited, there is a certain amount of money you have to pay. So they helped me with that. And I really been using their product. They are based on something called MSQA, resonance technology, ART. So they have been experimenting and building this up for last many years now. Like I wear a cheap pendant, which is for all the EMF. It negates, you get a good sleep. I feel high of energy all the time. They have something called BioDisc and BioLight. BioDisc is round crystal shape which restructure the water molecules. Like whatever water normally we drink, we absorb hardly anything on the cellular level. So there are a lot of problems we are facing. This restructure bring it back to its original form so that our body can absorb much better. It energizes. And initially I thought these are all hanky-panky stuff. Let me But seriously, I realized that, I had so much energy. I'll tell you a story. I was last year, winter, I was doing Uber Eat delivery. And it was 5:30 in the morning, and I got out of my car and I started jogging on the spot. I had so much energy. A guy was coming out from Dunkin' Donuts because I had to pick up something. He was like, "Man, this is not fair." I said, "What happened? How can you have so much energy early in the morning?" I started laughing. But then I realized, actually, I mean, that thought of doing something beyond what I could think, it helped me with that. So, yeah. So, this is how the whole thing started.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
So, what's next on the horizon? A bigger dream, bigger than your problems.
Yeah, bigger than my problems, obviously.
Double record, maybe 50 cup, 75, yeah, 100.
See, I already have it in my mind. I want to do like standing back somersault, which I did 10 without
वो भी
anything.
किसी ने नहीं किया है, so you
वो
can
मेरे एज में नहीं किया है.
ah,
वैसे तो
okay.
किया है लोगों ने, but I think I can be on an open category also in that, because I managed almost 10 in 23 seconds.
Wow.
So if I can do like 16 of them, I think I can create like a record in open category. I do push my body a lot. Like I feel there is no limit to it. So
What is your diet like, or what is like a disciplinary routine that you follow?
see, discipline I have been always, always in my life. I don't know what secret is. I have like very rarely, once in a while, just to, if somebody shove me, push me to have a little bit of whatever, like drink, I don't drink. It's mainly water and nothing special actually. My diet is nothing special, it's just the normal home food. Typically, I eat a lot of fruit. I'm a fruit baby. I like 4, 5, 6 different kind of fruit every day, and not a hardcore non-vegetarian. Eggs are the only thing that I consume. Nuts soaked overnight, almonds, walnut, and peanuts. I peeled off the almonds thing and have them in the morning. 2 dates, 2 prunes or figs, whatever. So pretty much that, and then sometime I'll eat something for lunch or I'll just skip totally.
Okay, so you're not taking 3 meals in a day?
No, I'm not in that funda of 3 meals, 5 meals, 10 meals,
Okay.
no, nothing. I just follow my body. And what I've realized, I was into doing, trucking also in the entire Midwest. So I have a CDLA license. So I did a lot of thing over here, and then before I was into the business actually. So, and I took the most difficult account, which is a kind of Dollar General account. So why? Because I've seen the truckers are normally not very fit because they eat all the junk. I said I have to have some physical activity. So in Dollar General account, you have to empty out the entire trailer all by yourself.
Wow.
So I said, okay, this is one way of exercising, and I was super fit at that point of time, and I was driving a fresh truck, so I was into the minus temperature, 15 degree Fahrenheit inside this and everything, and I used to eat very healthy, thinking because that was the primary motivation of my thing, that I have to be healthy. So a lot of fruits, vegetables, out of that only carrots and kheera, because you are inside a truck like 24/7 for 7, 8, 10, 20 days. So, yeah. So I've realized food, I eat quality, but quantity I don't bother. I eat very, very, very small.
And milk or dairy
No,
products?
it doesn't suit me somehow. I
Okay.
never had milk or dairy product. I don't remember like gulping milk and having, like in North that is very, very typical.
I know,
बेटा
आप-
कुछ भी नहीं है तो दूध तो पी के जाओ.
और नहीं तो लस्सी पी लो.
हाँ.
वो सब
I
नहीं
don't.
में अपने.
I don't consume
Okay.
this. Yeah.
So that's a myth we busted today. दूध पीने से ऐसा
See, look,
नहीं कि
I don't know. मतलब I am not a scientist, but for me,
Yeah.
whatever people say typically or a dietitian, it could be completely
But
a
it
wrong
worked
thing
for
for
you.
me. It is working for me, and if somebody tells me, you should have this, I don't say anything, but I know my body,
right.
and I think we all know what we would like or not suit, but it's just that we've forgotten. We just start following people. Yeah.
Can you describe the training process you went through to prepare for this record?
Okay. So typically whatever I used to do, to be very honest with you, and there is no set timing for me. Between the Ubers also, if I'm waiting for somebody, I would get out of the car, I do jumping jacks, whatever, few Surya Namaskars,
Wow.
and then as I see the client coming, okay, start. So I keep myself busy. As I finish my ride or something in the morning, I try whenever I have the time that I go to that, recreation center, Marlborough. I do 2-3 rounds of that. I don't like to use a gym. I like open thing, whatever is there. If there is a swing or something, I do my stretches on that. I do my pull-ups. I do push-ups. I do lot of yoga, stretching.
Oh, yoga also.
That is my primary thing. I do Surya Namaskar and different version of yoga routine that my own, because I used to do a lot of yoga classes back in India. So I was certified Pilates instructor also. So I've done a lot. But I put those things and nothing very, very aggressive, but a lot of focus with, mind and body coordination. So that brings a lot of balance. And more than anything else, it is more visualization. As I said, the dream, वो seed तो मैंने डाल दिया है. अब how do I make it grow? So that visualization help. And I didn't realize till I was with this organization, there's a lot of focus on that. And I was like, you know what? I used to do the same thing as a kid when I used to do my gymnastics. When you go for a competition or something, or because you are learning a new elements, I always used to visualize beforehand how to go about it. And I run those things in my mind multiple times, thousands times maybe. And when I then practically do it, I just get it. You'll be surprised that back somersault I'm telling you, standing. Literally 3 months back, I was over there and I was doing something. I said, you know what, maybe I can try that. But the thing was that it is a dicey thing. Fraction of delay, you can break your neck.
Oh my
Slight over rotation, you can break your hip. But I was so confident that I could do it. But I worked on this visualizing that movement, which I have not done for ages, like 27 years almost. But that muscle memory was there and little
Right.
bit of thing was there. I started working on that. I stood there literally for 5 minutes. And I said, today I'm going to do it. And I said, you know what, I will record it also. So I did the recording. I put the camera on my phone. And I said, let me try. And I tried, it was perfect landing.
Wow. Were
So-
there ever moments of doubt that creeped in after, you applied for the Guinness World Records, that maybe I shouldn't have, maybe any regret, what if I can't do it?
No, not at all. As
Wow.
I said, I worked on my mind and my organization helped me a lot. So I was crystal clear.
So before working on your body, you actually worked on your mind.
Oh, yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So I work, like it goes simultaneously. I don't even realize क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं. So, yeah, that's how it works.
You mentioned that age is just a number. How has your mindset about aging influenced your fitness journey?
To be very honest with you, sometimes I feel I'm way fitter now than I was in certain things. I can do a lot more now what I could do earlier.
Really?
Yeah. And I have, like, during gymnastics time also, I have never done 20 backflips. Because we used to have an area, 20 backflips, there was no way you could do.
Right.
So, but I can push my body more. A lot with the mindset, a lot with the clean eating habit. That's what I would say. And a positive mindset, let's put it this way. That not too much clutter in my mind, and a good sleep. Yeah. So probably I am confident that I don't know what aging is. Touch wood, I should not even feel what aging is, because
Right.
whatever I think I can do.
Wonderful. What message do you hope to share with others, especially those who may feel limited by their age or circumstances?
It is something, I don't want to give any message to anybody. For the simple fact, I can say so many things. Not necessarily they would take anything until and unless they think that is health even one of their priorities. And if they feel okay, it is a priority, then they will figure out, because we have enough knowledge what to do. All of us know. But all I can say, if one wish to do something, it is possible. And probably my doing this, setting up this record is also because so that people realize, what, if he can do it, we can also do it. And even if that thing helps even if one person, I think I have fulfilled in my mission. So it's a very interesting thing. One of my mentor, he was talking to us, and he was saying something called Kaizen technique, which is a Japanese way of putting something into a habit formation.
Like 21 days and all?
Yeah. And he said, you go slow, start one at a time. And he said, during COVID time, I was like not being very fit or anything. I've decided to start doing some physical activity. So first day he woke up, he put on his alarm, he sat down, and then he went back to sleep. Second day he woke up, got up, shoes. Subsequently, he started running miles. So one can take it that way also.
True. Do you believe in taking supplements or the protein powder and protein shakes and things like that to keep yourself fit?
I don't think if those people here, they will be very happy. But yeah, I'll tell you, I have never used any.
Wow.
Never. I am into clean eating. That's it.
Organic or
No.
just regular?
Just regular. No fancy stuff.
And home cooked is what you prefer?
Home cooked. I hardly eat out. Let's put it this way. So yeah.
Sugars?
Sugar craving है.
हाँ.
मीठा आ जाए खा लेता हूँ. I do it.
But you're conscious
But
कि
I
ये
am
कोई
very, very
calories burn
conscious,
करने हैं.
and I can control. If I don't want, like before this, I was like, I need to probably reduce a little bit of my body weight, because the impact is huge on your wrist, your arms. It's very, very daunting. And especially there is no mat, it's on an open ground, so there is no
Right.
cushioning. So the impact is rebounding back to your body, your legs and everything. So you have to be literally on the top of the game for that.
So thank you, Anup, for sharing your incredible journey with us today. We can't wait to see what you accomplish next. For our viewers, remember that it's never too late to chase your dreams. Stay inspired, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much for
Thank
talking
you
to
so
us.
very much, Nidhi. Thank you for having me here.
Pleasure.
Thanks a ton. Thank you. Thank you.
Done.